Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Planet Explorers. So we've got a number of things lined up today. One of the things I want to do is find a camp that's supposed to be near here called Earth Camp. If I actually jump into my map, it's supposed to be up in this area, somewhere up in here. And I thought, you know, I don't really want to run up there. I'd rather travel maybe by helicopter. The thing is, we've got a forest in between us and that. Now I can try to fly above it and then come down into it, but if you recall, we don't have a helicopter right now. We had broken it down. So I think that's one of the first things we want to do is get that built. Maybe one of the first things I want to do is eat. This doesn't help a whole lot. Let's see. We'll get some of this biscuit stuff going here. Very cool. Okay, so we are feeling much better. So, like I said, I want to build a new helicopter. Now, I also want it to be very maneuverable, so I think we're going to make it really small. And I do have the parts I need right now. If we jump into inventory here, head over to resource, things are a little spread out. We got wheels, we have the fuel cell, I do have the seat. This is actually for a boat, but I've got a cockpit around here somewhere. We've got the rotor, so we're pretty set and ready to go. So let's just jump in and get this made. We're just gonna make this really quick so we can get started. Okay, like I said, we're just gonna make this pretty quickly because I want to get rolling here. So let's go ahead and raise up the platform here, and we're gonna go ahead and start with the cockpit. I've got one of these, so let's zoom in here and put it at about the halfway point. Now, one of the things I just picked up as well was a side seat so that we could carry one additional person. In case we decide to bring Philip along or somebody else, we can do that pretty easily. Now, let's get the rotator in here next. And one of the things that I want to do here is I want to make this as mobile as possible. And what I mean by that, I guess, is that, as I said, I want to be flying through the forest. So this rotor is really big. I don't think it actually clips through things at this, you know, all the way out of the tip of the blades. But what we're going to do is we're going to make this a lot smaller. So we're going to jump over here to the scale 0.2. I think 2 is probably fine. 0.2. So this will be about a fifth of the size that it is currently. There we go. It doesn't look like it would really be able to hold us, but you know what? This is Planet Explorers. I think we'll be just fine. Let's kind of center this a bit, raise it up a bit more, and I think I even want to give it a tilt. I was looking at some of those smaller helicopters, those kind of little one-man, really small guys, and I think we're going to kind of mimic those. They've got a slight angle on this thing, so I think we'll do something like that, and then maybe move it forward a bit. Actually, let's do this. And what I want to do is I do need to get some kind of you know, a platform down below us. And I may end up having to move the seat and everything down a bit, but let's see here. Excuse me. What I want is, we want to go to material, and I think we're going to do aluminum. Do I have aluminum? I can't quite recall. Let's, let me think about this a second. We're actually going to go ahead and make this in iron. That's what we'll do. And let's see, I wanted to do some mirroring. Make this a little bit easier. So, yep, we've got that split down the middle, and we're just going to make a platform for this. Nothing too crazy. Hold on a second. And we'll probably just go back to here. Okay, so I just want to see the length here. I think that'll be okay. I might have to move these blades back a bit because I'm going to want that seat right behind me. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Let's find that side seat. Kill the mirroring here. Let's see, I'm going to want it, yeah, somewhere around here, centered. I think that leaves enough room. That's probably cool. And we only have one of those. I actually wanted to buy 2 of those, but he only had 1. Okay, that is going to work, I believe. Let's jump back into material. We're gonna go to the iron again, and let's do this. Something along these lines. Again, I don't want a really wide base or anything. You know what? I wanted mirroring on. Okay. try that again. Something like that should be fine. And then I'll end up making some kind of stand to kind of reach up there and hold the blade. It's probably going to be relatively small. Let's see. Actually, let's do this for now. I'll probably end up moving that seat forward a bit. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're looking good there. Much, much better. So we're going to go ahead and turn the mirroring back on. We're going to grab the iron again. Material. Iron. Because I don't want these guys just kind of going up to nothing. Something like that. And I do have to have a place for the fuel cell. I suppose I could just kind of stick that onto the back. Or we could go at Philip's feet. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. We certainly have room up front too. Now, one thing that I do also have is I do have a light. So, and I do want to use that. So let's go ahead and... Do I have an aircraft light? I don't recall. I guess it's easy enough to find out. We just stick this guy on, refresh this. Okay, it does say 1 of 1, so that is what we have here. And then if we can, yes, it looks like we can. Let's scale this. We're going to bring this down to about half of its size. It's a little too bulky. Yeah, much better. Now, of course, we do have... The other thing that we've got going on is that I do have a gun that I want to put on here, so that's another thing to consider. Fortunately, we can rotate this. That's cool. I think we'll do something like this. I don't need it to point exactly straight forward. Give it a little bit of an angle and let it sit up front. And let's go ahead and get in that last wheel. Let's see, this guy. Let's see, something around there. Okay, and again, this is one that we cannot rotate. It looks like we can't scale it either. Let's see. Okay, well, it's so massive. Let's bring this into here. I guess we could probably clip the gun through that a bit. Let's see here. We're going to go here, refresh this. And I believe we do have the aircraft laser, and this thing is massive. Let's get this up to here. We're going to refresh this. Yes, we do have that. Excellent. And we can scale this. We're going to go a third of the size, approximately 0.3. We'll see what that looks like. That's pretty small. How about 0.5, half the size? Okay, that's a bit better. And then if we, let's see, if we could position this like so, then we kind of hide that rod that's sticking up from the wheel. There we go. Well, there we have it. We've got the paint job in, and it's looking pretty good. I actually increased the size of the rotor because I extended the wheels out a little bit. I was a little afraid that I would land and it would want to tip over really easily, so I thought, okay, let's pull the wheels out a bit, and so I added a little bit of material here, and because I brought that out, like I said, I just made the blades a little bit longer since I had a little bit more room to work with. But yeah, we kind of fleshed out the top around here, painted the whole thing. It's looking pretty good. Things are pretty well lined up. I moved the light from underneath. I moved it to the front and up underneath the gun instead of being underneath the chassis of the ship here in the helicopter. So anyway, I think this is pretty sweet. This is exactly what I was looking for. We're going to refresh things over here, and it looks like we're all set. We've got everything we need. So at this point, we just need to save this thing. We're going to call it Weem's Mini Choppa. Get that all set here, and let's kind of move this into view, something like this. I think that ought to work. We'll go ahead and capture that. So there's our helicopter photo. Save this guy, and then we're going to go ahead and export it. We've got all of our parts here. Cool. We now have a brand new helicopter. Let's go check it out. Okay, we've still got plenty of daylight. Let's go ahead and figure out a place to drop this. I think we can just drop it right over here. Probably be fine. Jump into our inventory, item, and there is Weem's mini chopper. There you go. It is quite mini. Very cool. Very easy to get this thing in and out of places, hopefully. Let's go ahead and give this a test because we want to see about flying this through the forest. So we're going to get in here. Get this guy started up. Bring this guy up here. We'll back it out and fly it around a little bit over the water before we get started. Wow, we don't have enough lift. That's not good. Must have something to do with decreasing the rotor size, perhaps. That is not something I was prepared for. Okay, well, we may have to redo some things here. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the mini chopper and I threw it into the recycle machine so we get all our parts back, and that's just going to take another maybe 10 minutes. Now when I jumped in here, you can see the max lift force is 6.48 T. I don't know if that's tons in this case, but 6.48 T. And if you look over here, the weight is actually 7.51, so yeah, that's going to be a problem. Not something I ever looked into before. Now what I don't know, what I can't tell you is if that's because of all of the stuff we have going on here or if it's because of the scaling. So right now we're at 6.48. What we're going to do is increase this to 0.4 from 0.3 as far as scale goes. So essentially we're going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And there you can see we now have 1152. So scale absolutely matters. I actually did not think it mattered, but apparently it does. Now that has me wondering about the laser here. If that's a thing, what does this guy say here? So we have attack 150 unit. Let's see. We got rotation speed, firing rate. So 150 unit and 1.43 per second. I'm kind of curious here. 150 and 143. Let's do this. 150 and 143. I kind of want to see if this changes anything here. It didn't change any of that stuff. 3.3 energy cost 100 per shot. Yeah, I don't think that changed anything. It didn't seem to. So yeah, everything seems fine. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that as is, and it's just something that we're gonna have to note here. So 1152. And once again, you know, our weight could have changed too. Okay, so we're doing okay here. We definitely have enough. Now, what I don't know is that, you know, how much over this weight you need to be in order to really, you know, is it affecting my maneuverability? That I'm only, you know, a couple points over the limit, you know, in which case maybe I should be increasing this a little bit more. I think we might just go ahead just to be safe anyway and do that. So we're going to jump in here. We're at 0.4. Let's go 0.45, and because I really do want this smaller than it normally is. So we're now at 14, so that's a good jump. We're not quite double, but we're just about double the weight. So I think we'll go ahead and stick with that. And looking at the base that I set up here to hold this, it looks like it fits on there pretty well. It's hanging over a little bit, but I think it all matches up. It looks pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and stick with that. Like I said, we've got the helicopter. The mini chopper is currently being broken down back into its parts. And once I have those back in my inventory, it's as simple as kicking this out one more time. We should be good. Alrighty, well, we are all set. We've got the parts back. I went ahead and put it together. So we jump into inventory, and here we go. Here is our mini chopper. So we're going to try this again. Like I said, we do have double the lift of the weight this time versus coming in underneath. So hopefully we don't have any more issues. No more embarrassing lack of lift issues. There we go. Cool. Now let's head over this way. Maneuverability seems good. Laser's good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get as much lift as we can. And let's see, we're going to bring on the map. And we're going to want to go north of here, pretty much straight ahead. Now, I've got the lift as much as I can do it. And you see we're not really gaining a whole lot here, which is kind of why I wanted something much smaller. I wanted something that I could weave through the trees with. And while the previous helicopter seemed like it would be okay for that, I thought I could make it a little bit smaller next time around. This is working quite well. Excellent, so this was a whole lot better than running here. We're just going to fly right in here and set down. Lower this down a bit. Just come flying right into their camp, you know? Like we own the place. Real gentle. There we go. Cool. So we're going to scoop this up. And we're going to talk to everybody here. Now, I've actually never been here before. In my previous run-through, I'd never been to this camp. So this is all new stuff for me. This guy's got a shop, and that's pretty much all he's got. Food, or different plants and everything, which is actually good. Actually, you know what? Get back here. Let's see, because one of the things we're looking for is that fertilizer, that insecticide, the spray stuff. I actually don't know which one it is, but it's one of those. It's an insecticide or something. Okay, so we have the bucket here. We got the fertilizer sprayer script. Very cool. We got all kinds of stuff here. So all kinds of stuff for crops and everything. And there we go. The insecticide. Now, they're selling a high quantity of these. How much money do we have right now? How many beef dollars do we have? We have over 5,600 right there. Okay, so we have about 6,500. What would buying all 200 years cost? Let's do 150. Cool. So we've got that bought. Now, what else do you have around here? Mobile water pump, the fertilizer sprayer. It's got rice. All kinds of stuff here. Well, we can always come back here as well. There is a bunch of water, and I don't actually have a lot of water. I might actually buy all of this. Let's buy all of the water. Okay, and then you've got more food. Excellent. Okay, so we have really what we needed, what we kind of came for, but obviously we have other people hanging around here. We've got the solar plant. That's cool. How about you? What are you up to? Okay, so she's probably got a quest for us. I thought maybe she'll join us back at the camp, back at our settlement, but apparently not. So I think, is that just, let's see, those are the only three we have here, huh? That's what I see on the mini-map. We got the two roaming around, and those three. Now, who are you? Here's Carl's hanging. He was trying to hide. Okay, and he's got a quest too. So anyway, these are quests that I may end up, well, I'm sure I will run through and complete with them, but for now I think that's good enough. We got what we came for. We got the insecticide, scooped up some water. I am going to double check again really quick and make sure that they don't have like the solar power guy, because that would be kind of fun. What's up, Philip? You ready to do some work? He's actually been doing a lot of work trying to protect this camp. We've had a number of attacks lately, so he's been pretty busy running around. He's probably pretty tired. But let's go ahead and jump in here, check out what this is all about. We've got the queue that I already had in here, so this stuff is still just hanging out in here. But we'll go ahead and throw in the wheat. We will drag that in. And let's do the potato seed. And let's see here. We've got tomatoes. I'm thinking that we could take out some of this other stuff that I only have one of. It might be good to replace it with the stuff I've got 5 of. Might be cool. What is this guy here? We got some flatbread. Okay. Get you in there, and then we do have the tomatoes. So let's go ahead and do that in this slot. Excellent. Now we just need to find the insecticide. I've got that around here somewhere. I'm probably going to miss that. Let's see. Is it going to be in equipment? Nope. Okay, so maybe it's... it's right there. Must have been an opening. So I think we'll just go ahead and throw all of it in there. Hopefully that's pretty much all we need to do. We'll go ahead and tilt the plan in order. And then we are going to have to get Philip over here, I believe. So let's go ahead and check that out. We've got Philip We're going to tell you to be a farmer and go ahead and plant. I think that's what we need to do. Okay, let's double check those things really quick. So I think we're good. We come back to the farm. We've got him on here. I don't see any kind of timer. I don't want to repair or delete. So I think that might be it. I think we just kind of leave him to it. Hopefully he'll make his way over here and get this stuff going. I am going to keep an eye on him. Philip, I am going to be watching you. So hopefully you get over here and get to work at some point in the near future. But otherwise, let's see what else we have going on around here that we can take care of. Well, that should just about wrap it up for today's episode of Planet Explorers. We got a good chunk of things done today. I definitely been meaning to get back to the helicopter, so I'm very excited to have that out of the way. And of course we were able to pick up some seeds and everything, water the insecticide, so hopefully we can get this farm stuff going. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on Philip and make sure he gets over here. He's been slacking a bit lately, I think. Last time we had an attack, I saw him not swinging his axe. He was kind of just hanging out. So anyway, we're gonna have to keep an eye on him and try to get him over here and get this farming going. I'd love to get some food going so we can start making some stuff. You know, right now I'm buying it. Money's not really an issue, but I'd like to be able to be self-sustaining here, not have to worry about getting more and more money to make sure we have this stuff. I'd just like to have my own surplus because I think that would be awesome. So anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you as usual next time.